Welcome to the Choice, Change and Action podcast, where you get to choose, change and take action to create a different today and a different future. These are my stories of choice, change and action, along with the phenomenal guests I have on here. From a really young age, I've always desired to create a change in the world. The planet has been a constant inspiration to me, and Access Consciousness has shown me the tools to know that anything is possible. And I keep choosing. What are you going to choose? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Choice, Change and Action podcast. You are with myself, Simone Milasas. I am still in Texas at the moment at my friend Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane Here's ranch. It has been so incredible. It's just waking up here and getting to go for a walk and having the horses, look at you and greet you, and the cows. It's pretty interesting when you go for a run here in the property because the horses look at you like, what are you running for? Is there prey? And I'm like, no, I'm running for the fun of it, but it's so beautiful being here. I absolutely love it. By the time you listen to this, I'm pretty sure I'll be in Australia again, which I'm really grateful for that as well. It's like, how did I get so lucky to have my life? That is literally how I wake up pretty much every single day. So, and today I have a lady that I have known for, I think about 5 years is what we worked out. It feels like a lot longer than that, but I think it's about 5 years. And this is, she's a certified facilitator of Access Consciousness as well. She's based in Saudi Arabia and her name is Manal Alsadhan. I think I said that okay, Manal Alsadhan. So welcome, Manal.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, as you said, it looks like 5 years, but it's more than that.
Yeah, it's probably, in truth, it's probably lifetimes. Like, I will never forget meeting you, and you had to remind me what class it was, but I actually remember meeting you, and to be honest, it wasn't the way you looked, which you are such a beautiful woman. It wasn't the way you dressed, which at that time, you were dressed in pretty much the full, Saudi sort of women's. You're going to have to educate me on all of this. What's it called? The
hijab and
the hijab. And
hijab.
But your energy was just like, yes, that's the way I would describe your energy. It was so like, I'll have that, but not from fight, from request. And that's actually what I want to talk to you about. And the choices that you've made. Because for me, growing up in Australia, I'm used to that culture. I have that, obviously, brought up, went to school, friends, family, everything. As I travel around the world with Access Consciousness and I meet so many amazing, beautiful, different religions and how people are, etc. So let's start with, I wanted to look at a few choices that you've made over the years. And how would you describe to me how you were in 2017 when I met you at a Choice of Possibilities class in Japan? What was going on in your world?
So when I met you the first time in Japan, I wasn't as I am today, and that's what I'm really grateful for. And it was totally different from all areas of my life in terms of money, relationships, even the way I'm living my life and me being me. It wasn't as I am now. And I know that like what is the choices that leads to that. And I'm really grateful for you, for Access, and for all the tools that we are learning, because choosing different is what leads to this change.
I love that. Choosing different is what leads to the change. So what actually, how did you find Access Consciousness? What made you choose to come to Japan?
Okay, so first, I really believe that that in each country you can learn something different. So first, when I started like with Access Consciousness, It was about in 2014 or 2015. It was by reading the books only. And I started reading the books, and I think I read all the books from Access before having my first bars class.
Where did you find the books? Like, how did you discover that?
Yeah, how I discovered that, one of my friend, she took the class, and she asked me, why don't you take also the class for the bars? It was in 2013, I think. I said, no, I don't want to take any classes anymore. I'm good. She said, okay, at least read the book. And she recommended some of the books, and I took them, I read them. But then in 2016, I was ready for the classes, ready for everything. And I took them all like in less than 3 months.
You did. I remember that. You were just sort of like, I would say, like on this mission, you're like, okay, next. But your level of receiving, like I actually remember you sitting in class and the way you looked at me and the way you received the tools was just like, I'll have that. And to me, it's such a potent choice in life to look at what's around you with that energy of, I'll have that. I'm going to choose that. And like I said before, to me in your world, Manal, it's never been this like resistance and reaction or this alignment and agreement. It's been, what choice can I choose today? And what choice can I make that's going to have something greater show up for you? And I'm going to say for your country and the world, because that's very much how you spoke to everything, is what I remember when I met you.
Yes, and I also want to say about choices. I remember my first foundation class. My first foundation class, it was before women were allowed to drive in Saudi. And when we learned about numbers and how numbers can we change, how can we change energies and these things. So I was like all the time just doing whatever I know just to create this in our world. 3 months later, it happened. And it's not only driving, everything that we've asked for, it was just happening like magic.
So what else was happening? What else was changing? Did you notice?
It's changing that, like for example, I was asking to have like more festivals, more concerts, more activities, cinema, all of these things, and it all was like happening one after, like it's like a magic that you are seeing things are happening in the country. And how can just like one person is asking will lead to this change. And I really believe on this.
Me too. And one of the things that Manal was just talking about as well, in access consciousness, it's one of the tools that we would use. So I remember when you were asking for certain things like that, women could drive, or the way you could dress, and it was like, it's sort of like you and just play with this. Okay. It's like when you like sort of get the energy of that. So if we look at the energy of, asking that women could actually drive. And it's like everything that doesn't allow that to show up and have that as a reality, we would destroy and uncreate it, right? Because there's all these different points of view, and it's like sort of like these porcupine spikes like sticking out. So you ask to destroy and uncreate it, and you can just sort of gather the energy. You do it the way you do it. And it's like 1, 2, 3. And it's like you're blasting the energy and going, okay, let's have a different reality here. Like a different reality. It's sort of almost like lightning and thunder. Boom, let's go. And then there's this fresh new space of a different choice, because it's our fixed points of view that hold things in place. Like if you find in your languaging or the way you think, you're saying, oh, that's not possible. We can't do that. We'll never be able to have that. Like if you have that way of thought, that's what you'll create. That's the reality that you will create. And the way Manal came along and had this different ask for something different, what can show up? And you did that.
Yeah.
Things show up.
Things was showing up like it's like this. And it's so fast. And that's the amazing thing. You don't have to wait like 100 years for this change to happen. No, it's immediately like this. And it's not only in the country, even in my life. And even people who know me and who know me in my life, they know how the change is happening so fast, and like how we create, even in my business or um, in different parts.
So let's talk about like the like you being a Saudi woman. How was it growing up? And then what was it that was asked of you and what was required? And then I know that we were having a conversation previously about like looking at the clothing and what to wear. Like,
Yeah.
how has that changed? And what sort of information do you have with that for people?
So first, I remember that one of the classes with you and Gary and Dane, it was like I think the last choice of possible one of the classes. I don't want to put any name,
Yeah.
but one of them, I was wearing the hijab, and I asked about it. I asked about the choice, and if that choice will, if I choose it, is it going to affect anyone in a bad way? And when I got out from the idea that it's your choice, it's my choice, and I can choose whatever I want, and it's other people's choice if they accept it or not, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It
Do you know?
was, yeah, it was such a relief for me to know that it's fine if they don't accept it. It's okay to be in allowance for their choices and to be in allowance. And what happened is, because I was in total allowance for myself and in total allowance for everyone else, I removed it and nothing happened. No one say, "Oh no, don't do it," or why are you doing that, or any bad comments at all. And I
Well,
really, yeah.
can I say, for me, you are such a beautiful lady. You're such a beautiful woman inside and out. So for me, it's like you started to show the world more of you.
But thank you. And I really believe that if you are being you, like being you, just being you, this is me, and I'm not doing that to like to force anyone to do the same, or I'm not doing this to show you something or to prove anything for you. I'm just doing it because I want to do it. This is my choice, and it's coming from that place. It's so light.
Yeah. I love that because it is a choice. And like I mentioned before, you don't have to go to this resistance and reaction or alignment and agreement, or because you choose something, force others to choose it. It's like, no. One of the things I've noticed is as I choose for me, it shows others that they can choose for them.
Mhm.
So what if that is where we all function from, is you get to choose what works for you. And from that, it's an invitation for others to choose actually what works for them.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's talk about work and money and how has that changed for you?
Yeah. So money and work has changed a lot. And I would like to say also that one of the greatest thing that I've learned about money is business done different. And this course is amazing. And I'm so glad that also I'm teaching it now. And I teach it because I really find the tools is like magic. And after this course, I took this course the first time with you, and I
Mhm.
didn't have any points of view about the course because I thought I was great in business. I just thought, oh, Simone is giving business done different. I don't need it, but it's okay. I will take it. Serious, sorry, this is
Yeah.
what this was my point of view. I'm really good in business. Why should I take business done different? But what happened? It's like I swear that million after million after million, it's after the course, and it was so much fun. It's
Wow.
in from the place of relaxation. It's not from place of stress or hurry, or I have to run, I have to do this, I have to do this. It's not like I'm not doing anything. I am doing. I'm doing things, but in a place of relaxing and happy and creation, and money is coming so easily with total ease and fun.
So, what is it like, or what was it like for a Saudi woman, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago with work and money? Is it something that was permitted, not permitted? How has that changed?
So now it's really changed. So if you will see Saudi woman 10 years ago, it was a bit like limited for them, and it was like they were more looking for jobs and or being like a teachers, and it's not bad for sure, but this is only the idea of getting money. It will be from these two places, but now it's totally different. So the rules is changing. The even the way of thinking about business is really changing, and we can see now there are much more ladies in business than before, and it's also because the rules is, you know, everything is changing and supporting them.
Yeah. And I mean, I mentioned this before, and then you just said it again too. It's like the way you think about something is what you will create. So if you, even today, if you're listening to this and wherever you are in the world, it's like if you're listening and you find yourself having this fixed point of view, like I mentioned before, like thinking about something, what if you could change the way you think about something? What if you could actually stop thinking and start being in question and asking questions of what else is possible here? Which I'd love to ask you, Manal, what are some of the questions that you asked that started to change everything for you?
Who am I today? What adventure can I take today? And I always ask, how does it get any better than this? This is my amazing, my everyday question. And what else is possible? Being also always in the question.
Yeah. And, you know, you can play with it. If you've heard those tools before, it's like, what if you start to use them again? Because one of my favorites is what else is possible. But I do this energy of just going, but what else is possible? Like
Wow.
truly, there's always another possibility. Always, you know, like there's we have a property which I know you know about in Costa Rica in El Lugar. It's called El Lugar, which is called El Lugar after a book that Gary Douglas wrote called The Place, right? So that's Spanish in, you know, means the place. And we're building this property, and gosh, there's so many different things that have shown up, as it does in business. It's like there's all these different hurdles, or, you know, you're going along one way and then all of a sudden there's something else, you know, that shows up that you're like, okay, how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to handle it? What am I going to choose next? And the other night I was lying in bed just going, there has to be another possibility. And truly, that is for me such an adventure. Like you said, who am I today and what grand and glorious adventures can I have? When you really step into that place of not defining something and going, what else is possible? Now, when you're asking that question, you don't need to find an answer. It's not about finding an answer. It's literally about asking the universe to open up these doors and go, show me, universe, what else is possible? Like, what else is truly possible beyond what we're currently choosing? Like, or beyond where we think, like we try and think things and go, oh, if I can just think about it hard enough, I'll work it out. Doesn't work like that. When you ask questions and you're being questioned and you truly ask the universe to open up, you know, those gates of like, wow, then that's when, as you said before, it's like, that's when the magic shows up. That's when so many different possibilities are available for you to choose.
Yes.
So what are some of the, what is the main thing that you would suggest to not just women in Saudi, I want to
Mhm.
say women in the world, to actually start choosing for them?
First thing, choose whatever you want to choose, because what I really feel like the most thing that I've seen ladies, especially here, they have like they are afraid from choosing, and they give choices like a heavy weight thing. It's like it must be right. What if it's not? It doesn't have to be right or wrong, and you can just choose and just play. And what if life is just for fun, and it's a game, and You can just choose anything, and every choice will lead to different things.
I love what you're mentioning with that too, because it's so true. It's like if you stop looking for the right and wrong and start actually asking for the adventure of living and just choose, because you may choose and go, oops, that's might not be my brightest choice, but you get to choose again. So how much though would you say that, I mean, do you have a pretty supportive family, right?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Do you have a supportive family?
Yes.
Okay. Does that make it easier? Like, what's it like for someone in Saudi who may not have that, and what choices can they make?
What do you mean, sorry?
Like, I know that, so from what I know of, it's like, so basically throughout history, it's like the men have been the ones who sort of stipulate what choices the woman has, correct?
Before.
Before, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So is
Yeah.
that still in existence anywhere? And if so, what would someone choose, or is it not in existence anymore?
So, about the choices, or family choices, everyone could have their choice. And Simon, I remember something, because this question, uh, I know that I asked you about it, and when I saw you the first time in Japan,
Mhm.
and I think I came to Japan just to ask you this question. And I told you about a lady that she is stuck in her house, and her family, they don't allow her to go to school, to work, or to do even shopping. She can't go out from her house. And I asked you, please let me know what choices does she have. And I still, until today, I remember your answer. And you said she have always the choice to be happy.
Wow.
And even if she can't go from home, even if that's her situation and she is locked and she can't do anything else, at least if she is there, she can choose to be happy. She can choose different things, because whatever is the thing is around you, you can choose nothing. No one can choose what is inside you. It's your choice.
Thank you for reminding me of that conversation, Manal. It's that's a was a great question, and I'm going to say that was a good informational conversation that we had, because you know what I always think of is someone like Nelson Mandela, who was,
Yeah.
he was locked up for 30 years in one small room, but he was always spoke about no one could take away him. You can't take away you, and he got out after 30 years, and everyone wanted to be angry, and everyone wanted to, resist and have this hatred. And he was like, no, I will not have hatred for the people who have, imprisoned me. I will
Mm.
show them a different energy. I will be something different here. And to me, Manal, that's the future that we can create if we have more of that energy with every single choice we make.
Yeah. So you inspired me a lot with that, and I think that this is amazing. That even whatever is going in your life, it's your choice about who you want to be.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. So let me ask you too, what future would you like to see created for you and for others?
Oh, um, actually, like I think we are creating it now.
Mhm.
We are creating the future by the choices that we are taking. And what future I would like to have more is more expansion in different ways, and much more ease.
Mhm.
um yeah, that's all.
So the mantra of access consciousness is all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. Even if you take that tool away and you just use that, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. And then see what can show up for you. Manal, you are just, I adore you. It's like, thank you so much for being on here. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the listeners?
I would like to say thank you so much, and I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful for the change that that you are creating in the world. I don't know if you know that. I know that you know it, but I want you to know it more. And thanks a lot for being you and for spreading this amazing message in the world.
Thank you. And I'm going to have to say the same thing about you, okay? Because you are a certified facilitator of access. You're a Joy Business facilitator. So yes, you facilitate bars and foundation and the Business Done Different class and more, I'm sure. And everything that you've created, like you have this center in Saudi and how you be in the world, you are such an inspiration as well to me and to so many others too. So I am truly grateful for you. And I know that one of the things that we keep mentioning here is choice. And changes and what has occurred, because I think when you see people in the world, no matter if anything like that, what if you take something that you can hear from them and receive from them, and you know that you can actually make a different choice as well and change whatever it is in your life that is not currently working for you. Because as Manal has stipulated quite a few times here, it's like, you're the one that has choice. So I'm really grateful for this. And I know we keep mentioning choice. So I am going to mention the class that I have coming up in Dubai. It's called Choice of Possibilities. And it starts on the 11th of November. It goes for 3 days. Now, there is a prerequisite to this, which is bars class, which Manal spoke about right at the beginning, and then also the foundation class. Manal facilitates these foundation classes, and there's also a lot of other facilitators within, that Gulf region, etc., that facilitate that as well. So if you would like to come to that class, please check it out. It's live in Dubai, but also online. And then the evening before, on the 10th, I also have a class that is based on my book called Joy of Business, which is actually in Arabic now, which is fabulous. And that it's just like a 2-hour class in the evening that we're going to, give some tools about how to actually start and be in business. And I love that you business. It's so true. It's like any area of your life that you're good at, what if you could increase it? What if you could actually have more? Like, do you have enough? Or what if it's okay to always ask for more, no matter what area of your life? So Manal, where can people find you? We'll have it in the show notes, etc. But if you can just give a detail of where people can find you, and is there anything else that you would like to mention here today?
I just want to say, because I know that there are many people from around the world that they were listening. I would like to say for them, if I could choose, and I am from like strict culture and a different place in the world, and I choose something, I feel that it's beyond this reality. I know that everyone can choose that, and it's easy. It's just here. When you get out of the idea that, oh, how can I choose that? You will choose it just right, with total ease. And yeah, that's it. And where can they find me? In all social media platform, my name is Manal Alsadhan.
Cool. And like I said, we'll have that in the show notes. So if you subscribe, you'll get the show notes, etc. And also, Choice Change Action podcast now has its own Instagram. So if you want to check that out, it's like, start following us there as well. So again, thank you so much. And I really look forward to seeing you in November.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this podcast, please make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button on your favorite listening platform to get notified of new episodes. We read all the reviews, so if there's any topic you would like to hear about, let us know. If you'd like to know more about the tools, information, and classes mentioned in the podcast, head on over to SimoneMilasas.com and follow me on Instagram at Simone Milasas, or the podcast has its very own link on Instagram at Choice, Change, and Action. Don't forget, you can download the show notes, and lastly, have way too much fun today.